America, Her Story. America, Her Story, Volume 1. The Untold History of the Greatest Assault Against the People of the Americas. This book is the result of an endless efforts to seek the truth and by doing that to rescue our own history. The same history which has been kidnapped by the powerful forces who manipulated it, transformed it, and kidnapped it to the extent that today, in this 21st century, we're still history blind. The denial of our own history in terms of what really happened to our ancestors, what really happened to our continent, the same one that existing civilizations prior to the invasion of by the Europeans have worked so hard and diligently in order to build and maintain a better world, one where harmony between humans and nature had been or was at the closest point ever from being achieved. That's the history that we are trying now after so long to put together, not only because it's urgent and necessary to finally know it, but also in order to commemorate the centuries of permanent resistance from our ancestors to the forces of destruction, hate, and terror. All of this investigative work has been conducted, of course, with lots of sacrifices of every nature, but also with the firm desire of letting our present and future generations know that yes, indeed, we have our own history, that yes, we existed, and that it was brutally erased with the sword and the weapons of mass destruction at the disposal of the invader. Throughout this research, I have been able to find out that the savages found here in America by the invaders have had existed for hundreds and thousands of years, and that yes, they built their world, their own world, according to their own image. They build it so that rivers and lakes will never get polluted. They build it so that our living creatures will, yes, live in peace and harmony among each other. They build it so that not just a handful of few will own everything at the expenses of the vast majorities, and also at the expenses of our own living environment, our own Mother Earth. As you embark on this project of reading this book, there are plenty of reasons which make me to take the pen and write. There are many reasons that I was inspired, yes, to travel extensively, to seek and find the truth, even if that would mean to access the very own places where the truth has been kept. The American family and the world family must know that the people in the American continent have been and are still living centuries of institutionalized and systematic terror. This terrorism doesn't get attacked by the Western powers, of course, because this is the power which has created it. The terror that is and has been inflicted upon the peoples of America it is a proportion never ever seen and felt before. As a result, we have lost millions upon millions of human beings to the variety of forms of terror imposed upon the souls of the continent by the gold seekers, by the silver seekers, and the land seekers that the queen and kings, allied with the Catholic Church, had fully financed and instructed to take the land and exterminate whoever gets in their way. In 1492, the whole enterprise of the king, the church, the military, and the economic elites and the European continent landed into the continent with all their forces and weaponry never seen before on this side of the world. The plans to exterminate the entire continent had been designed in the palaces and churches of Europe. The plans to come and rob, pillage, and rape had been designed in the same places. It took them 2 centuries to complete their first phase of institutionalized terrorism, to finish the inhabitants of the continent close to 4 million. 4 million humans were exterminated. Of course, this number varies depending on who has financed or is behind every book that has been written up till now. But just to think that the genocide reached the millions in its appalling to say the least, and it should be condemned by any civilized world institution such as the United Nations International Court and of Justice, the World Trade Organization, the Red Cross, the Vatican, the IMF, the World Bank, etc., etc., etc. Dear readers, we are going to stop here and please send us your comments so we can continue with the book. Otherwise, we might decide that there is no interest on it.